Hello everyone, I'm Vicky 1K7. My metric number is 300432. So in today's video, I'm going to explain the overview of the movie Split, which was released in 2016, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who delves into the life of Kevin Wendell Crumb, a man living with dissociative identity disorder (DID), who manifests 23 distinct personalities. As the story unfolds, Kevin undergoes a transformation, giving rise to a 24th personality known as the Beast, the film's central antagonist. The plot begins when Kevin kidnaps three teenage girls and confines them in a remote subterranean space. As they attempt to escape, the girls uncover the complexity of Kevin's disorder and the terrifying emergence of the Beast, a figure with quasi-supernatural abilities and a deadly intent to murder them. Okay, so now let's take a look at what is dissociative identity disorder, DID. So DID is a complex and uncommon personality disorder where a person experiences two or more distinct identities or personality states. These personalities may vary in behavior, memory, and physical traits. DID often develops due to an extreme abuse or a neglect in early childhood, when the psyche is most vulnerable, leading to the creation of alternate identities as coping mechanism. While Split portrays Kevin Wendell Cramp's multiple personalities, the film dramatizes DID by introducing a superhuman personality, the Beast. Okay, so let's take a look at Kevin's main personality. So Kevin Wendell Crumb, the central character in Split 2016, has 23 distinct personalities due to dissociative identity disorder, DID. These personalities range from benign and childlike to adult-like and aggressive. So the first personality is Barry, an extroverted fashion designer who actively seeks therapy. Second, Dennis, a dominant obsessive-compulsive personality. Third, Patricia, a calm but manipulative figure who aligns with the Beast. And the last one is Hedwig, a vulnerable 9-year-old boy with innocence. As the film progresses, Kevin's personality shifts between harmless childlike forms and more adult aggressive. His personalities have unique traits, behavior, and voices, reflecting the complexity of the idea. The emergence of the beast, a superhuman and violent personality, represents the culmination of Kevin's fractured side.
So next is genre review. There are two genres that we reviewed, which is a new model of dissociative identity disorder by Dell 2006. And it's not just a movie, perceived impact of misportrayals of dissociative identity disorder in the media by Cinder et al. 2024. So for the first article that we reviewed, which is a new model of dissociative identity disorder by Dell PF 2006. This article explores the origins, symptoms, and mechanism of the ID. The ID often develops as a coping mechanism for individuals who experience severe and prolonged childhood trauma. They create multiple identities to compartmentalize this painful experience. These identities emerge as a defense against extreme psychological stress. But they also create challenges such as memory gaps and shift in personality, which are often misdiagnosed. Dell emphasized the need for proper diagnosis and therapeutic interventions to help individuals integrate these fragmented identities. Okay, for example, in Split 2016, Kevin's multiple identities were a result of his abusive past. This portrayal reflects Dell's finding on the trauma-related causes of the ID, but also shows complexity of how these identities functions in day-to-day life. So next, we move to the second article, which is It's Not Just a Movie, Perceived Impact of Misportrayals of Dissociative Identity Disorder in the Media by Cinder et al. 2024. So this article focuses on how media representations of the ID, like in Split 2016, influence public perception and treatment outcomes. The media often portrays individuals with the ID as violent or dangerous, reinforcing negative stereotypes. This stigma can discourage from seeking help, make it harder for society to empathize with their condition. However, the article also notes that accurate and empathetic portrayals of the ID in media can reduce stigma, raise awareness, and improve understanding of the disorder. While Split 2016 provides a dramatic depiction of the ID, it also contributes to misconceptions about the disorder, portraying Kevin's identities as overly dangerous. Such portrayals can harm real-life individuals with the ID, making them feel isolated or misunderstood.
Let's move to the primary biological condition. Kevin Wendell Crumb's dissociative identity disorder, which is the ID in Split, can be explained by biological factors. First and foremost, the key brain areas like the amygdala, which controls emotions and fear, and the prefrontal cortex, which helps with decision-making and self-control, play an important role. Problems in these areas can explain why Kevin's personalities act so differently and why his sense of self feels so broken. Next, neural plasticity, or the brain's ability to adapt, helps to explain his condition. Kevin's traumatic childhood likely caused his brain to separate memories, emotions, and behaviors into different identities. This explains why each personality has unique traits like different voice and behaviors. Other than that, neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin also play a role. Imbalances in these chemicals can cause Kevin's mood swings and help explain how he shifts between personalities. And finally, the endocrine system is another factor, especially in Kevin's transformation into the beast. Hormones like adrenaline could explain his increased strength and endurance, even though these changes are exaggerated in the film.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nora Azila Sazwin binti Zuraimi Azana. My number metric is 300052. I will continue the presentation with the theory of psychology. So, the key takeaway of this film is DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, is a complex response to unresolved trauma. The media representations, like Split, can reperpetuate stigma but also highlight the importance of understanding and the empathy. It also can supporting individuals which DID requires compassion and appropriate treatment. So why DID is happen? So DID is happen because of severe trauma in early childhood can lead to dissociative illness like DID. The mind develop multiple identity to cope with trauma and protect to core themselves. For example, Kevin Wendell Crumb in Split developed DID due to abuse by his mother. So, the next one is early trauma and identity formation. Dissociation begins in childhood when the brain is still developing. As we know that Kevin Wendell Crumb's mother severely abused him, which caused him multiple personalities to appear in Split. Every alteration has a purpose. From Hedwig naive childness to Patricia, and then the other's identity. According to the trauma model of dissociation, this is how the mind distinguishes Kevin pains and ensure his psychological survival. The next one is extreme stress, abuse, or neglect can lead to the splitting of traumatic experience into multiple identity and alter serve different roles. Like for example, like protection, memory, or coping. I move to the next one, which is treatment and integration. So when someone face a DID, the psychology have their own solution, which is first stabilization and trust building. Number 2 is processing traumatic memories. Then next one is promoting cooperation among elders, and the last one is striving for integration or coexistence. The next one is split and the trauma model of dissociation. Kevin's alter protect him from the trauma he endures. For the example, Hedwig's innocence shield the pain, so the Patricia control over strength. And then the beast dramatic DID but highlight unresolved trauma impact on identity.
Good morning, doctor. My name is Faith Jonathan Chong 300195. Today, my part of presentation is the suggestions for DID. Firstly, I'll introduce a bit about DID. DID is a complex mental health condition where two or more distinct identities or personality states control behavior. So what are the causes of DID? This disorder is primarily caused by severe, long-lasting childhood trauma. Dissociation is a survival mechanism where the psychologist creates separate identities to cope with overwhelming stress or trauma. So how do we treat it? By ISSTD in 2011, there are a three-phase treatment model. The first is from the angle of stabilization, focus on creating a safe environment and teaching coping strategies to manage dissociative episodes. The second is to trauma processing, includes therapies like EMDR or trauma-focused CBT to help process and integrate traumatic memories. Third is for integration and rehabilitation, focus on harmonizing identities and fostering cooperations among adults for functional daily life. Other than that, therapies like internal family system is also very promoted. This is because communication and cooperation among identities for more integrated functioning. Other than that, there are also clinical realities against media misrepresentation. Media portrayals often sensationalize DID, leading to misconceptions such as individuals with DID being violent. This deception contributes to myths and stigmas that hinder accurate public understanding of disorders. So, to reduce stigma and raising awareness about DID, we need to proper media representation is essential. Films and dramas should collaborate with mental health professionals to ensure accurate portrayals. Public education campaigns is also important, including workshops and social media initiatives can help debunk myths about DID and its connection to trauma. Specialized training for mental health professionals can improve diagnosis and therapeutic effectiveness. Finally, support systems. Support groups for individuals with DID and their families provide a sense of community, reduce isolation, and offer resources for them. These groups create a safe space for sharing experiences and learning coping mechanisms. To conclude it all, DID is a multifaceted disorder rooted in trauma with biological, psychological, and social elements contributing to its development. By promoting accurate media representation, evidence-based treatment, and public education, society can reduce stigma and support the healing process for individuals with DID. Thank you.